Good morning, everyone. Councillor Steve Moriarty, Chair of the Local Disaster Management Group for the Scenic Rim, with you again this morning. I just want to begin this message by letting everyone know we're fully aware that last night was pretty tough for some residents in our region, probably worse than Friday night for a lot of us. The winds and rain last night were greater than Friday night. Tamborine Mountain in particular and Beachmont are in our thoughts, and we're working very hard to address the issues that those particular locations are facing this morning. I have been advised, and you may be aware if you're following the progress on BOM, that conditions are expected to slowly improve throughout today and into tomorrow. So we are getting towards the end of this event. I thank everyone again for the part they've played in keeping us safe. We're aware there has been not any serious injuries or deaths so far through this event, and we would love that to stay until the finish. I'm going to read a few points today because there's quite a bit of information to go through for you, so I'm going to do a little bit of reading. There still is heavy rainfall possible and may lead to flash flooding in our region. There are major flood warnings still for the Worrell Creek and the Logan River, and a moderate flood warning for the Albert River. The rain that occurred in the catchments overnight may take some hours to come down the tributaries into those major waterways, so water levels may continue to rise throughout the day. Please exercise extreme caution if you're driving around our region. Damaging wind gusts could still occur, with peak gusts of around 90 kilometres an hour possible in some locations. They are expected to ease as the day progresses. With regard to road safety, there are a number of road closures in place across the region. Motorists are urged to exercise caution and stay clear of floodwaters. Just remember, even if there's no sign closing a road or warning of water across the road, do not drive through floodwaters. Council crews are out on the roads and canvassing the damage to our region where it is safe to do. The Queensland Police Service has urged all drivers to please drive to the conditions, and remember, if it's flooded, forget it. With regard to electricity and power supply, currently there are more than 1,600 power lines on the ground across southeast Queensland. At 9 a.m, there were 326,000 southeast Australian properties without power. That's down from an overnight peak of just under 380,000. I'm aware that Energex crews are accessing places where it's safe to do so and doing a mighty job of getting our power supply reconnected. Energex has been working around the clock and are working right now to address this situation. We appreciate that we have many residents without power and that you are frustrated, but I do ask our residents to be patient and respectful to the brave men and women that are out trying to repair their networks. With regard to emergency services, as I mentioned earlier, there's been no loss of life or missing people so far during this event. With the risk of flash flooding, Queensland Fire and Rescue Swiftwater Rescue firefighters are strategically positioned and ready to respond when needed. The Queensland Fire and Rescue firefighters have commenced damage assessments. Rural Fire Service Queensland volunteers are on the ground and clearing debris and supporting communities to recover at this stage. The SES continue to be in response phase of this severe weather event, and there are no significant incidents in our region as yet, which is fantastic. The Queensland Ambulance Service remains able to respond via road when needed. People should continue to call 000 immediately in a medical emergency. The Queensland Reconstruction Authority is closely monitoring the evolving impacts of ex-tropical cyclone Alfred and will activate all support measures required under the Joint Commonwealth State Disaster Recovery Funding arrangements. Remember that your safety and keeping yourself safe and your friends and family safe is still our highest priority at this stage. A couple of key safety tips as we respond to this weather event. Use generators safely and not indoors. Generators should be operated outdoors in well-ventilated areas to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Never connect a generator to your house power supply unless fitted with a proper changeover switch by a licensed electrician. Please do not take it upon yourself to remove debris from roads and public areas. The Australian Defence Force, SES, Queensland Police Service and RFD and Energex are on the ground and managing the situation. A reminder to please keep your sandbags in place for now until this weather event is completely over. And I'll just finish this message by reminding everyone, folks, conditions are expected to ease throughout the day into tomorrow, but as we've seen many times before, we can still get some heavy rainfall.